Yeah, so I'm playing here in Perth. As you mentioned, the wicket's always a nice one to bowl pace on, bouncy, a few cracks there in the game potentially. So, particular Perth stadium I really enjoy. So, yeah, looking forward to Friday. Absolutely, I know it's obviously it's an experienced group, but Nath here as well, the young blood in the team. Yeah, it's sort of that first test of the summer is always really exciting. The first, the build in. We're here a few days out, get together, haven't seen each other in a while. So, yeah, it's always great to get the test group back together and everyone's pumped.
Know much about the obviously do know a lot about the Indian team, but there is a bit of conjecture about who's actually going to be playing.
Yeah, they've obviously got a big squad here. A few injuries, I think, in the last few days, and Rowan's obviously missing the first test. So, yeah, there's a few little unknowns in the batting order, I guess. So we sort of had to go through a few players there in the bowls meeting, and I guess we'll find out on Friday who's playing.
First series. First series, you played in a first series win against India, but not since then for you to get one back.
Yeah, very determined. I know there's a lot of guys in the shed that have never beaten India in a Test series. Obviously, we've beaten them in the World Test Championship in England, but yeah, there's only a couple of us from that series where we won 2-0 way back in 2014, I think it was. So, yeah, everyone's really determined. It's sort of one that we need to tick off, I think, as a group.
Josh, I think last time around Cheteshwar Pujara was the one who covered you guys a lot. How big a miss do you think it will be for the Indian team's perspective? And as an Aussie pacer, do you think it's going to be a good one for you guys?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy that Puja's there. He's obviously one that bats time, makes you really earn his wicket every time. Has done really well in Australia on all these tours. So, yeah, I mean, there's always young, fresh guys coming into the Indian team that they're under so much pressure to perform in the Indian team with so many guys nipping at their heels all the time. So, whoever they pick in that 11 they're unbelievable players. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter who they pick. They're all great players. I mean, anytime you disrupt the top six, it's a bit of an issue. But I think, as I said before, the amount of talent in the Indian squad is quite unbelievable. The depth is phenomenal, better than any other country in the world, really. So whoever comes in has earned their stripes, and no doubt will do well.
The Indian squad is saying that your top order is pretty vulnerable. What does that mean to you as a bowler?
I've bowled to them the last few days, and for a number of years now, they're pretty good players, pretty good records. So, yeah, I know they'll find a way for sure. Whatever conditions we get thrown in. I know last year there was quite a bit in all the wickets, so it was probably 40 average was really a 55 average. So the guys will find a way, and they're a great top six.
Marnus is bowling a little bit quicker than usual. Has he worked his way into the fast bowlers group chat yet?
He got added to one of the groups this morning. Didn't show up to the meeting. I don't think he was invited, so we had to sneak that one in before he knew about it. But he's welcome to grab the ball and have a bowl whenever he wants.
Josh, how much has the prep been geared, I guess, at getting you guys as quick bowlers through to the back end of this Test series? It's 5 tests, not 4. So obviously, last couple of times in here, the series was quite, I guess, attritional. You had to bowl a lot of those.
Yeah, I think this year I know we've got a bit different build-up. There's been white ball cricket before the Test series. We played bits and pieces of that, which sort of was different for everyone. But we all got a shield game in except Paddy, which is, I know for me, quite welcomed. We haven't had the opportunity in the last 4 or 5, 6 years. So to get that shield game in, those repeated spells, long days in the field, all that sort of stuff, ticked off. Yeah, I'm feeling really good.
How confident I guess are you that you feel good for Perth, but you still feel good for Melbourne, Sydney, the back end?
Yeah, hopefully things go similar to last year. End on day 4 every time is obviously helpful, but yeah, obviously we have Greeny last year. We don't have him this year, but we've got other guys to chip in here and there and bowl some crucial spells. Yeah, well, I think it's a 5-match series. It's long. I think batters will take that into account when they're batting, maybe early in the series. But again, there's time off after Perth, there's time off after Brisbane potentially, so time to refresh hopefully in those breaks.
Just the Western Australia media is all about Virat Kohli. I think 15th I've landed here. I've seen all the papers and on the front pages and the back pages of with Virat Kohli. Is this also being the discussions in the dressing room? Also, he is the main center point, or Jasprit Bumrah or Rishabh Pant is still raising? There are some plans for them also, or Virat Kohli is the main focus still in this series?
No, everyone's in focus. The top seven for us. As bowlers, I know we talk about all the players pretty equally these days. We've played a lot against India, in particular senior players like Virat. So he's done well here in the past, no doubt. So hopefully we've learned from that over the years, and we'll have some plans for him, no doubt. But it doesn't often stray away from the top of off. So we'll stick to that as best we can in these conditions. So if there's a little bit there for us. But yeah, other guys such as Bumrah and Richard, they're quality players who need some time to analyse as well.
Josh,
if it-
given the unique properties or the fact that they've been here for this part of the week, another side of the
Yeah, I enjoy starting over here. I think the conditions suit us. We're probably more used to it with that bounce and pace. India have obviously they've been here for a while now and played some sort of inter-squad games at the Wacker and different things. So they'll be ready, no doubt. So yeah, I enjoy starting here.
The bowling coach to raise the paddle a few times when your opponent comes up on whatever night it is?
Yeah, I think he's shooting off tomorrow, the next day. So he'll have his hands full, no doubt. It's pretty fickle, the IPL auction. So yeah, who knows what can happen.
What did you think of the clash?
It doesn't worry me one bit, to be honest. They're going to have it at some point, probably the hype of the test match as well. Get some eyes on it. Not that they need any more eyes, it's always busy time of year, but yeah, it doesn't affect me at all. I'll just see what happens.
Josh, with a batter like Rishabh Pant, you don't really necessarily approach it in that sort of traditional test match manner, say a Virat or a Rohit would. What does a bowler do in a situation like that? Do they hold to what they know bowling in test match cricket, or do they have to make adjustments like you do in one day or two?
Yeah, I think for players like that, you've always got the plan A, which is the top of all stuff, traditional test match bowling, and then you've got plan B and C if things go south and Rishabh gets on a roll. So there's always sort of one or two players in each team that like that. I think we've seen England do it in recent times, and we've got Travis and Mitch Mars, similar type players. So we'll have some plans up our sleeve, but yeah, we'll probably go away from that and fall into some one-day cricket sort of fields and bowling and trying to get him up the other end and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think we'll see a lot of different players this year.
Have you found over your career that even test batters now like to feel the bat on the ball a bit more than maybe they once did? I mean, leaving the ball seems to be something that people talk about a lot before a test series, but actually.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what makes some of our players so great. I think Marnus and Smithy, probably in particular, are great levers of the ball and make you come to them. They know the bounce of the wickets in Australia. A lot of balls going over the top, so they're leaving on length. Some, I guess, touring teams can't afford or aren't as used to that bounce, so they're playing a lot more balls that they probably don't need to. Yeah, I think guys generally want to feel that on ball more than 10, 15 years ago, no doubt.
Josh.
You spoke a bit earlier about being part of a winning ambassador squad. Does this series, like the experience as a player, feel different, or is the experience throughout it different? And I guess more like the question: what does it take to win a World Ambassador trophy?
Yeah, it takes a lot. I still remember my first series when we did win 2-0. I played 3 of those test matches, and I think I bowled really flat wickets. I bowled over 50 overs in all those games, and I just remember being really sort of tight in that series, and I was like, geez, we earned that 2-0. It was tough, so I think it's going to be nothing different here. The wickets might be a little bit different, might be a little bit more helpful for the Quicks, but they've got a great attack as well. But there are going to be some ups and downs in 5 tests, but I think just stay nice and level and consistent as we talk about, and yeah, hopefully come out on top.
Josh, how much do you think the miss of Mohammad Shami in the Indian camp will how much they will miss him?
Yeah, he's obviously a class player. I think he's played 60 odd plus tests. Sort of a senior player in their squad, senior bowler. Young guys look to him, but I think probably Jasper's taken that role a little bit in the last few years, and I think he'll obviously maybe captain this first game, and he's obviously a leader amongst the bowlers as well. So we can look up to him, and yeah, he's obviously going to be missed. But I think again the depth and talent that India have across the board in all facets of the game is unbelievable.
And looking at this Indian batting lineup, most of these Indian batters, they are flamboyant batters. They hate facing dot balls. Do you see this as an advantage as an opposition bowling, as a bowling camp?
I think it can go both ways. I think if the wicket's doing a little bit, it might help us. But if the wicket flattens out and they're bowling on the runs pretty quickly, it can hurt us as well. I think in general, Test cricket moves at a bit quicker pace than, as I said, 10, 15 years ago. So a lot of the batters are similar in that regard.